Well, Bob, I reckon we're live and in person.
Are we live and in person?
Either that or impersonating.
Welcome to UG TV. We're just mighty pleased to be with you again here on the 4th of July. One of the greatest days in the history of mankind was July the 4th, 1776. You had a bunch of people come together that represented probably less than 30% of the population of the 13 colonies. But yet they brought about a document, our Declaration of Independence, that will live as one of the greatest documents in the history of mankind. And I'm just thinking that maybe we need another Declaration of Independence. You know, we have a country here that the people have given certain powers to the government. Our government does not give any power to the people. We have all the power. Our Constitution, which came later, limits the power
Well, it's
of the
supposed
federal
to.
government. Supposed to, yeah, sure is. And
It's funny to me we can't get 9 justices on the Supreme Court to understand that what they're supposed to do is read the rules and make sure we play with the rules. They keep wanting to rewrite the rules. It's like if you were in the middle of the Super Bowl and your team was losing, you just go out there and rewrite the rules and everybody's supposed to be happy.
after 2,700 pages in the Obamacare
The Obama
health
Obama tax.
right, whatever it is.
The Obama tax legislation.
After 2,700 pages, the Chief Justice had to go in there and rewrite the law for it to be constitutional. It wasn't what the Congress intended to, even though Obamacare passed without a single Republican vote for it. No Republican vote. It was strictly a Democratic production. And then
a Democrat production.
A Democrat production, not Democratic. And it still had to go before the Supreme Court. And little bitty John Roberts had to take it upon himself to rewrite the law that they couldn't do to make it constitutional. So, you know, what can you say when you have a Supreme Court that undertakes to rewrite the law? He should have declared what they wrote, what they passed, what they put in that 2,700 pages. That should have been declared constitutional or unconstitutional. And there's no way in the world, the way they wrote it, that it would have been declared constitutional, except by those 4 liberal justices, that it didn't make any difference what it said. You had this Sotomayor that went in there and...
We're on the television now,
folks. Went in there and Sotomayor went in there and really did a lot of work for the administration on Obamacare, and then she got appointed to the Supreme Court where she could pass on it. So it's one of the greatest travesties of justice.
It's like working for the school department and being on the county commission, ain't
it? Yeah, I guess that's about the same. You know, you have people on the county commission that wants to use the County Fires Act to make people mow the grass, you know, and then you've got
you got others throwing out tax and putting up guardrails.
Like Doomsbury, what's his name, Bloomberg, whatever his name is, up in New York, that wants to tell everybody what they can eat, what they don't want to eat. Then you've got Obama's wife worked for a hospital where they dumped all the poor people and sent them to other hospitals so they wouldn't have to take the loss at the hospital she worked at. So she was very instrumental. You know, these people, they ain't got no money, ain't got no insurance. We'll send them over here, we'll dump them. That's called dumping. and she dumped countless hundreds of people.
Well, that's just good business, Bob.
Well, sure, it's just good business, except when you go in the White House, then that's the wrong thing to do.
Well, I've got one thing to say. I took a ride down Hunter's Branch Road today, and I'm pleased to announce that the Wild Bob and Ronnie guardrail is in place.
Yeah, I've noticed that.
You can drive through there without the fear of being pushed over the bank and getting killed.
Right.
I'd like to compliment our road commissioner, Mr. Dennis Potter, for taking the sound advice of two hillbillies.
We want to compliment Dennis for keeping his ears washed out.
Yeah, they were gonna use it down there at Jacksboro Metal, but they decided to let us have it up there on the hillside.
Right.
Maybe they can find another and there's some more
Maybe
tax
they
or
find
something.
more to block off Jacksboro Metals, And let
Tax.
me tell you what I
TA,
did.
You know, Obama uses TAX and the county commission uses TACKS.
Right.
I think.
That's the truth. You know, I'm bad to say what I think.
Yeah, it's
You
got
know
us in a lot of trouble too.
regardless of the circumstances. And like I say, I don't mean anything ugly, but I say what I think. And I
You just don't think enough.
I talked with a lady the other day, and I forget, she said something. She said, well, says, I'm going next door for a cookout. Says, we probably won't be around the house this afternoon. I said, well, that's
an opportune time to steal her copper wire.
That's the Scott Stanfield's house.
Oh.
Next door. Okay. So I told her, I said, and she did it too. And Scott, I didn't mean anything ugly, but I'm always say what I'm thinking. And I said, well, tell Scott to make sure he does not put any nails in those hamburgers.
Yeah.
So I said, now be sure and tell him who asked you to tell him that. And she said, Bob Andrews. I said, be sure not put any nails in the hamburger. So, like I say, that's just me. Hey, folks.
Hello.
Hey.
Oh, okay. I get a little feedback. I was watching the news thing on Channel 12. It's somewhere about 5:30. I found something on there that's real new. I don't know if anybody else knows it or not, but William Bearberg talking about the incubator program they got going.
Uh-huh.
And he was having to read, and here's the funny part, he was having to read off of a teleprompter to tell him what it was for. Ain't that kind of funny?
I think it's kind of funny, but the joke's on us. They're spending their money.
Yeah, he had to read off of a teleprompter. I mean, I said I went through that to tell people, explain what it was for and everything, what it does. That's kind of unusual. I was going to share it with you. I just want to be my own thing on our day. Well, I'll let you go.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
Thank you.
Hope all of you got plenty of watermelon. Don't shoot all your firecrackers at the same time. You'll be all right.
Right. I still got some delicious watermelons left, folks. You want to come by and get them. And I know a lot of people stop up the street and pay $7 for a watermelon. I have them for $6, and the ones up the street came from my place to start with.
Yeah.
So, everybody's dumb as the rest of the taxpayers.
Oh, well. Well, as long as you sell to that other guy and let him make his dollar.
Oh, sure. Nothing wrong with that. I mean,
that's what they call for. Oh, I noticed in the paper where the falls you're getting a whole bunch of new businesses. The problem is they just another pipeline for money to go out of town. They're getting a dollar store. I like a dollar store. They're getting moving to Burger King. I don't know whether that's making any difference money-wise one way or the other.
They're going to move Burger King.
Yeah, and they're talking about getting a Tractor Supply. Well, that's good. We need all those things, but that's not going to add anything to the people. It's just going to be a net outflow of money. It might make a little more sales tax for the city, but they done got it spent anyway. Don't make no difference. They're wasted on something.
Well, actually, it's always true. These companies, these big box stores, particularly, come in here. They're owned by corporations that are either from another part of their state or usually from another state. They derive all of their money from what is sold here to us. So they get all their money to pay their help, pay the rent on the building, whatever they use money-wise, they get from here. And then what they have left over after they pay their help, buy their supplies, pay the utilities and everything, and pay their taxes, it's gone out of state. You know, that business they tried to close down up there on Toe String Road, which the scrap business brings more money back into Campbell County than Walmart, Tractor Supply, Burger King, or any of those places will.
If you want to get true value for your money, you need to go to Dixie Concrete.
Yeah, you do.
They got the hardest concrete known to man, made by a secret recipe handed down through that family for years and years. They figured it out back when they were researching rocks and found out how to make them hard.
Right, yeah.
Granted, ain't got nothing on Dixie Concrete.
Right.
We
went sailing up the road with 2 truckloads of those reinforcing blocks yesterday. Day before yesterday.
Them big old blocks.
Yeah.
Stops ton trucks, Ford ton trucks.
Yeah, that's a ton and a half truck.
Okay, a Ford ton and a half truck
yeah.
with a load of 2-4s not on it. You want to go to Dixie Concrete if you're serious about concrete. They can pave your driveway. They can also build you a septic system. They can do your basement, your sidewalks. They got it all.
Reinforcing walls, just whatever you want.
They can do it all. They sure beat the heck out of Sacrete in the hole, don't they?
I tried to fill a couple of them big holes in my driveway with some Sacrete and a wheelbarrow, and I guarantee you I could have had the truck come out there cheaper than what I had in
You
there.
can stir and stir all day, and you still ain't got nothing.
Yeah, I could have had Dixie Concrete just to back up there with those trucks and fill them 2 holes up cheaper.
TV.
Hey.
Yeah, could you tell me, are they shooting any fireworks anymore tonight?
I don't know of any. The city called theirs off because of dry weather, and I don't know of anything else. I may be wrong, but I don't know of anything else.
Oh, okay, thank you.
Appreciate you.
But if you just wait till dark, if you hear it booming somewhere, just go see where it's at.
Just follow the flash.
Yep. And no yellow brick road, just a boom boom.
Do that. And you know, I told you I saw Dixie Concrete truck going up the road the other day with what means those reinforcing blocks.
Yeah.
But I also saw Vital Care Medical Transport go selling down the road a couple times.
They wasn't hauling concrete.
No, it wasn't hauling no concrete, you know. And in fact, the person in there, rigor mortis had not set in.
You need to check out Vital Care if you need a little ride to the hospital or something. 562-9370.
That's it.
Vital Care of Campbell County. They're independently owned. They work hard for the money. They're there to please you. They know if they don't, they got to quit.
Been in business 40 years.
We don't have to subsidize them either.
They take no tax money.
TV.
Okay,
Hey.
I've got a question. Do you also having fireworks anymore tonight?
Not that I know of. The city called theirs off because of dry weather, and I'm not an expert on it, but I don't know of anything.
Well, don't they know you're supposed to keep your powder dry?
Yeah, but they don't want it too dry. I'm sorry, I don't know of anything.
All righty.
Okay. TV.
Hey.
Hello.
Hey,
Yeah. Do what?
You're breaking up.
for the people that's wanting to know about the fireworks,
Yeah.
they're having some in Lake City tonight.
Some at Lake City. You folks, if you're listening, I don't know where, probably down there at the ball field.
Yes, down at the ball field.
Right.
Lake City's got fireworks.
Okay,
Thank you, sir.
All right, thank you. But
They
you know,
say that Lake City's having
Right.
fireworks tonight. TV.
hey,
Hey guys, how you doing?
Pretty good.
Good. Hey, listen, they're having fireworks in Jellicoe tonight.
Okay, and Jellicoe, we hear Lake City and Jellicoe are both having fireworks.
right.
Yeah, you guys have a great evening.
Thank you. I guess it rained there. TV.
Hey,
Hey, Ronnie,
Yeah.
we're having fireworks over in Knoxville tonight,
Okay.
and they're showing it on Channel 9.
Okay, you're gonna be you can watch it on television, Channel 9.
Yeah.
You can go to
Channel
Knoxville.
9.
Okay, Knoxville over at the World's Fair Park.
Yeah, over there, well, it's going to be over there by the bridge at the
Yep.
water there
Yep.
where they always shoot.
And Lake City's having them down there at the ball field, and Jellicoe's having them probably up there at the Indian Mound or Indian whatever it is State Park. I'm just guessing on that part. Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Well, now we found you some fireworks. As soon as Wild Bob and Ronnie goes off, you can go watch them shoot fireworks.
Yeah, don't touch that dial till we go off.
No, just let the dog listen to it after you leave.
We appreciate you so much. You know, I'm so glad this is, let's see, this is the 78th 4th of July that I have been alive.
Well, the country will survive.
Right.
Well,
actually, the country has survived 78 4th of July with me living.
Rainbow Restaurant will feed you in the morning after you watch all them fireworks and take in Knoxville, Lake City, and Jellicoe. You'll be wore out. You won't want to cook. Just go in there and get you one of them there bologna biscuits for $1. Or what did you say? They got a chicken biscuit now? I tell you what's good, that steak biscuit.
It is good.
I forget to get it, but it's good.
I don't. I get it.
Rainbow Restaurant right up above Speed Hump Dip, Hump Dip, Hump Dip. They got good grub, excellent biscuits. They appreciate your business. They wait on you.
They got the fastest curb service.
Charge you hardly what it's worth.
You don't have to worry about waiting when you go through that drive-in, drive-by line, because they gonna get your grub to you hard just about before you order it.
Yeah, they don't have 2 drive-by lines. They've got one. They take care of it.
Right.
They come out and take your order and have it waiting on you. You get to the window. TV.
Yeah, the reason the pilot ain't having the fireworks, they spend it all on the library. So the fireworks is at the library.
No, wait a minute. They didn't spend it on the library. They spent it on the roof to make it look like a library. And that $1,800 desk didn't hurt. Thank you.
All right.
TV. Hello.
Hey. Hello.
Oh, well. We're getting an awful lot of calls about fireworks from out on the shoe fuse.
Yeah, would we anything against us going down there and just put up a barrage?
No.
I mean, how in the world can you set a mud hole on fire?
Well, there ain't no mud hole down there. Them crawdads has died. TV.
Hey.
Hello. Beats me.
You don't think you can set a dried up mud hole on fire?
No, we need to look, folks. You need to start thinking seriously about September the 10th. If they don't do like Lucy does Charlie Brown all the time and move football, that's when they're going to start the discussion of the budget for the county, and they have every intention of surprising us with a tax. The school board has done asked for 10 cents, and everybody that's on the school board voted to get that 10 cents. Don't forget that when you vote. And they surprisingly spent that there money for that there office building, and they had a whole courthouse coming empty down there. They could have officed off on that if they wanted to. But anyway, just remember to go down to the courthouse on September the 10th. Bring your friends and your mama and your neighbor and your coon dog. And the dog probably has to stay outside unless it's an approved guard dog, lead dog thing, you know.
And as usual, we want a peaceful protest.
We want a protest that's peaceful.
I really don't care if you come skunk drunk and mad as hell, but we want a peaceful protest.
And we don't want you arrested, but we want you to be there and sign your name on the roster and get to speak and tell us why you want to pay more taxes, how you feel like you should pay more taxes. And if you don't feel that way, tell us about that too. They're going to appreciate it. Now, look, if you don't show up, your taxes go up. You got nobody to blame but yourself, and people like you. Is that right?
You need to come down and tell them they don't have to have this tax increase. They can tuck in, take a notch up in their belt and quit spending as much money on useless projects. That's the only thing I see they've really done good to put that guardrail up there on a hunter's blanket.
Money well spent.
Well, then
That'll save lives.
They've been needing one for 40 years.
Longer than that.
Yeah.
I can testify for longer than that.
Yeah.
You know, we used to had trouble managing their money in this county. There was an argument every time we went to spend something and they couldn't figure out what to do, so they hired a financial manager. And they spent about $1 million running that office of managing their finances. And now we're 80 to $100 million in debt. We're thinking about raising the taxes 16.5%. Seems to me like our financial managing ain't doing so good. It's managed us into a corner. We're going to have to figure out some way to get out of this corner.
I guarantee you.
$1 million in that office, that'd be a whole lot. 80 years, we could start paying off the debt.
You could go over to Morningside Homes, isn't that where it is in Knoxville that they have so much problem? Let them have a big free-for-all. Whoever won, bring them over here and put them in as our financial manager, and he'd do a better job than what's been done.
We need somebody who knows how to say, no, I ain't spending no more money. TV. You reckon that line ain't working? Hello?
Cut it off.
Beats me.
Okay.
Digger Wilson, right there in the middle of the road, the Sawmill Holler, 562-5444. Got propane, the summer variety, in stock, ready to go. You can get all you want of it. He makes sure you get all your tank of hose. And
well, it don't make any difference if it is warm. Digger sells it by weight.
He does.
Right.
TV. Well, happy 4th of July to you, Rex.
Yeah.
You ready to take toys? 566-6699. Okay. See you, sir.
All right.
Don't shoot all your firecrackers at once.
Keep your powder dry.
Digger Wilson. He can fix up your campsite so that you just turn one valve off and the lights go out and the refrigerator stops running. On and on and on. Check out Digger.
You know, I bet all those people up there in Washington, D.C. are real pleased with their solar power that they've invested.
Yeah, the air conditioners ain't working real good, though, are they? They've got a air conditioner they used to use in church a lot.
Right. Yeah, I knew some fellow when they come down there looking for a fan today, which don't have one. I told my big guys to run down to the funeral home and get one for them.
Yeah, they used to use them a lot.
Right. Of course, they used to pass the water bucket, too, with a dipper. You ever go to church where they pass the water bucket?
No.
They used to pass it to the church I went to.
I've been there where they washed their feet.
Everybody drank out of the same dipper.
Well, I've seen that plenty. I used it as a gourd back. I can remember.
Oh, we were uptown. We had one of them aluminum.
Yeah, we did too. But I can remember going to places where they had a gourd.
Right.
Usually they had spring water where they had a gourd too. Right. It wasn't bad. I could go for a good drink of spring water.
I've been there, done that.
Yeah, we had a water bucket dipper when I was growing up. It sure did beat not having a drink.
Right.
Heated the water in a tea kettle.
Right.
Well, they called it a tea kettle. We never made tea in it.
Right.
About that big. It'd hold about a 2 gallon, I guess, gallon and a half. You'd heat that up and pour it in the tub and get in there on Saturday night.
Whether you need it to or not.
Yeah, whether you're dirty or not.
Right.
There's another.
Well, we used a solar hot water heater.
Yeah, and solar clothes dryer.
Big old 50-gallon barrel.
TV.
Hey.
Hey, did you see where our fine property assessor, they're talking about starting to tax the houseboats on the lake? If you got a big old cruiser like most of these northern people have, and they're way up in the $500,000 range, you don't have to pay property taxes. But if you got one of these homemade jobs, like poor people around here,
right.
You got to pay property taxes.
Yeah, if you got a motor on it, you out there. Yeah, if you got a motor on it, you're free and clear.
Ain't that something?
Well, I tell you what, we need to start selling some motors. Would not one of them little electric trolling motors work?
Well, they say they got to be in the shape, and you have to nail some kind of a V or something on the front of it where they can cut the water.
Well, we may have a little houseboat refurbishing business going here. We'll fix you so you don't have to pay taxes.
I've never heard such thing, and it's just another way to more taxes, like you said. They're going to raise our taxes.
Well, you need to. I remember you got pretty excited about the dog tax, and I appreciate that. And this is a people tax. You need to get excited about that and get everybody you can stirred up to go down there and tell them that you would like to pay more taxes, or maybe you don't. We need to tell them that too.
I've already been doing a whole lot. I plan on doing more too, because
And we need a crowd. A crowd makes more of an impression than anything.
we knew they sent out those flyers before this sales tax deal come up. Do you remember?
Yep.
And on those flyers it says you either pass this now or the property tax is going to go up.
Yep.
And they sure did do it. But they're going to try to shove that thing through. But what gets me is that the property tax assessor, he says that he has no control of it. And from what I can gather, from what I can read, the state makes recommendations, but he does not have to accept that.
Well, that's always been what I was told, although I'm not an authority on it. But I do know one thing. Either way, the big problem is the county commission. When they quit spending more than we're taking in, we won't have to have more.
But this is the way the county commission does it. They won't bite the bullet. They say, well, your tax rate is going to stay the same, which it does. But what they do is they get the property assessor to increase the property value.
Yeah.
So
Well,
they can say, we didn't raise your taxes.
They always try to hide it during the reappraisal year. When the city of Follett had a reappraisal, I think their tax rate was $1, and according to the reappraisal, property values had gone up, and by law they had to roll the tax rate back to I think 82 cents. So then they raised it to $1.25 and said they'd only raised it a quarter, but they actually raised it 43 cents, which amounted to a 7% tax increase.
You're exactly right. I remember that. But that's exactly what they're going to do.
And they've burnt.
If people don't get down there and raise cane, like you said.
The city has burnt that money so fast to buying $1,800 desks and $60,000 false roofs to make it look like a library that they had trouble balancing the budget. And I predict that after the election, that'll be next year, they won't be able to balance it without a tax increase next year.
We'll have another one there too, probably.
You notice they're going on a continuing resolution down at Jacksboro now because they don't want to worry about property taxes until after the election.
Yep, you're exactly right. Well, I like you. I like to encourage everybody to get down there and try to do everything they can.
We need free hot dogs down there.
Yeah, we do.
If everybody would come down there, enough people get together, I believe we could stop this thing.
Well, we could go down there and far enough people to make up the difference. And that there county commission we've got down there now never saw a tax increase that they didn't like. This is the 5th or 6th time they've gone to increase taxes and succeeded a time or two.
In 2.5 years?
Yeah.
Anyway, I appreciate your fellows.
Okay. Thank you, sir.
Keep that informed. Thank you.
See you.
Yeah, if Jeff Marlowe tells us we got to have it, and the school board says we got to have it, then they say, yeah, we'll get it for you. But you know where they get it from? They get it from out of our pocket.
Well, they're saying now that they don't. The school board is insulated. They say, the school building they built was not on their budget. It was a different thing. So this $670,000 they're short is altogether different money. Well, it's only different money because of the way they keep. It's like do you spend out of your right pocket or your left pocket? Whenever it all comes from the same source, that's Bob and me and you and your poor old granny and all them people. It all comes out of the same pocket, the taxpayer's pocket, before it ever goes in their right pocket or their left pocket.
Right.
TV.
I understand. Hello?
Hello?
I understand, Ronnie and Bob, that they're going, that the county mayor is going to put a $2 tax on Bob's watermelons so they can buy the mayor a new car. His car's already got 30,000 miles on it.
And the ashtrays are dirty.
Yeah, we need to do that. I think, we ought to just let Bob be the chauffeur, too. He could drive Miss Daisy around.
I just wonder if anybody's taking them ashtrays in his car and see if there's any doobies in there.
Oh, no.
Yeah. Just have them turn them watermelons upside down.
Thank you. See, yeah, you could drive Miss Daisy, Bob. That'd be a good little sideline for you.
Yeah.
Well, I think we stirred up a lot of stuff here in just 30 minutes. I don't know whether I can hold out for another 30 minutes.
We might have to start ducking and dodging here in the last 30 minutes.
I will tell you, though, that Ridge Runner Trucking can haul the kind of stuff we're peddling here. That there stuff that we talk, they can haul it with a truckload.
You talking about that compost?
Yeah, compost. They can haul compost. They can haul dirt and rock. They can even haul pavement, that asphalt stuff.
Yeah, how hot asphalt.
Yeah. You need to call Ridge Runner Trucking at 871-2410 in case you need any of that heavy hauling done.
Yeah,
Mike appreciates your business. We like to advertise for people who work for a living and appreciate your business, and he's one of them.
They'll haul the gravel cheaper than you can get them hauled if you call the rock quarry to do it.
It's even cheaper than having your wife to bust them up with a hammer out in the yard. He'll bring them down there. I mean, you got to feed her. He'll take care of you. 871-2410. If you're watching on the TV there, just look at them there ads scrolling around there on the side. Them people, they good people. Don't hold us against them. You need to check out LaFolletNews.com occasionally. I keep up things pretty good there. I've got the most recent obituaries and all the breaking news, and it's just a good place to go. And you can also just kind of venture around there over to the information page and check out the lake levels and get the lotto numbers and find out what's going on the gossip sites. Find out where Aunt Ethel's buried and even see a picture of the grave.
One of the best websites you can check is LaFolletNews.com. You can find about whatever you need, particularly those things that pertain to us here in this area.
There's a website called Find a Grave, and I've linked to it on the Follett News. And I went there. I've got a grandpa that was born in 1857, and I knew which graveyard he was in, but I never had been to his grave. And I went there and pulled up, searched the name, found the graveyard, and pulled up a picture of his gravestone. I also pulled up a picture of my grandpa and my grandmother's gravestone. Different side of the family. They've got, you can check out, I bet I could pull up your relatives over in North Carolina, Bob.
Probably have to pull most of mine up from South Carolina.
Well, I'll get them down there too.
Yeah.
And they any of them down there at the prison cemetery?
I don't know.
Them Talmadges, maybe. Them Talmadges may be down there.
The Talmadges, they need to go down to Georgia for the Talmadges.
Them Carrolls and
the Carrolls and the Campbells,
yeah.
The Willises and the Hicks.
Willis?
Yeah.
Them Jeep guys?
Huh?
Them Jeep Willises?
Yeah, that's right. And they named the Jeep, Willis Jeep after my family.
You ain't kin to the Ridge Runner Trucking guy?
No. Is he a Willis?
Yeah.
Probably.
Well, don't hold it against him, folks. He's a good feller.
My sister just vowed and declared that what's the Willis guy that plays the movie that in Die Hard?
Bruce
Willis was our second cousin's boy. He's dead. Then he had two boys, One of them's name was Bruce, and she vowed and declared that was him. I don't know what it is now.
Makes you and Bruce third cousin.
Yeah, there
I
you go.
kind of like Demi more.
Yeah.
TV.
Hey,
Hello?
Hello?
hey, how are you?
Just fine. And are the fireworks going to go off tonight?
Not in the Folly, but they're having fireworks at Jellicoe, fireworks at Lake City, and fireworks in Knoxville.
All right, thank you.
Okay.
Right.
And it ain't dark yet, so, you've still got plenty of time.
Time to get there.
Yeah.
Wherever you want to go. You've
Yeah.
ever been over to Knoxville and seen their fireworks?
I don't go to anything that's crowded if I can
Yeah.
keep from it.
Well, I don't go get in the crowd. We parked up there on, I forget which one of those exits that overlook that area.
Yeah.
And we were able to see the entire thing from there. TV.
Hey, Ronnie,
Yes.
Ethel ain't dead and buried.
If what?
Ethel ain't dead and buried.
Oh, there. Hello. I was talking about a different Ethel. How are you, Ethel?
I agree 100% with you.
I've been worrying about you.
Oh, Ethel's still kicking.
I need to get caught up on politics. When you gonna come and catch me up?
Well, I'll have to try to find me a way to walk them.
Well, walking, is good for you, they say. I asked about you a while back. They said you was a kicking pretty high, but you wasn't a driving as much as you used to.
That's right.
Well, I was talking about a different Ethel. I know you're going strong.
I'm her mate tonight.
You,
We gotta get in there and straighten up them politicians.
you gonna go down there to the rally whenever
I
they...
can get there.
Well, I'll come get you if you can't get there. You call me.
Okay.
It'll be kind of like the blind leading the blind, but by George, we'll...
Yeah, bring your walking cane. You might need to hit somebody in the head.
Yeah.
I can do that too.
I bet you can.
Don't shoot all your firecrackers at once.
Okay.
See you. Bye. How's Ethel?
That was Ethel.
I hadn't talked to Ethel in a while. I was kind of worried about her, but she's sounding
look
good.
out there, Ethel.
If you get to needing any auto parts or tractor parts or bulldozer parts or, I don't know, any kind of parts, go down to Napa.
Right. Did you know my truck will stop now?
But will it start?
Yeah, well, it'll stop. You'll put them good Napa brake pads and had to wind up getting a rotor and a caliper.
Them are Napa auto parts.
Yeah. And now I don't have to go by a place 2 or 3 times before I get stopped.
You used to
go
just
in
kind
there.
of circle, then drag your foot.
Gradually slide in,
Fred Flintstone always put his foot over on the wheel.
Mine, I've tried that, but I couldn't get it through the firewall.
Shoes cost more than brake repair, don't they?
But she'll stop now. She'll stop where I want her to. You don't get all that grinding noise like you're a grinding coffee.
Yeah, I know. I got to get my flat fixed. I was pumping it up every 3 or 4 days. Now I'm pumping it up twice a day. I was going to buy some fixer flat, but it's $8. I figured I'd just go get the tar plug.
Well, I got plugging thing.
Well, I don't know where to hold that either.
We'll come up there and we'll pump it up, tighten up, I'll plug that thing.
When you going to go in the tar business?
I won't do that.
Or when you going to open your flea market?
We're going to do that here shortly.
Napa Auto Parts is 562-9, what is it, 9406?
Right.
562-9406 or 562-2629.
Right. That's Napa Auto Parts. They got good parts, friendly. They'll tell you what to need.
They ain't just got parts, they're parts experts.
Yeah, they are. They even got parts for an RV. I went in there and need something for my RV the other day. Said, yeah, we got that.
And although they have a national network of suppliers, they are locally owned. They don't do any of that offshore tech support either.
Right.
That got me in so much trouble down at Smoky Shell.
That's offshoring, isn't that what the Democrats call it now?
Yeah,
Offshore.
yeah, offshoring now.
Right.
Napa Auto Parts. Give them a try. You'll like the way they do business.
That's because Obama didn't know exactly what outsourcing was.
Yeah. There's your pencil back.
Yeah, put it back behind me, or
you heard about these two guys of Polish persuasion going through the woods, and one of them turned his stick loose and flipped the other and cut his ear off, didn't you?
No.
They went looking for it.
Yeah.
The guy said, "Hey, I found it. Come here. We're going to get it sewed back on." "Oh, it ain't mine. Mine had a pencil behind it."
That's the truth. Yeah, I heard that the way I had a pencil behind it.
Yeah,
heard about the guy that said he's never so embarrassed in his life that he had a bad habit. If somebody let him borrow a pencil, he'd put it behind his ear and walk off with it. Or if they let him borrow a ballpoint pen, he'd put it behind his ear and walk off with it. And he said the most embarrassing thing he ever did, said he put a typewriter behind his ear and he didn't know it was back there until he got to the end of the cord.
Well, that won't be a problem anymore.
So
Typewriters have gone the way of landline telephones.
I've got a couple. I like typing.
I never could type on these things. I never could. You know, I didn't know what it was, but I never could compose a sentence at a typewriter.
Really?
Couldn't think and type at the same time. And I got to typing on a computer, and I can do pretty good. I mean, I can write well, as good as could be expected for me.
Right.
And it don't. I can think and compose sentences and paragraphs and whole books.
Right.
But one day, they had this here thing. I noticed that you could turn it on and it'd make it sound like a typewriter, and you go tick 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 ding tick tick tick. I couldn't think with that on. I had to turn it off. Evidently, it was the noise all along that was interrupting my brilliance.
Yeah, I always could type real good and real fast too. I was about 65, 70 words a minute.
I could get about 30 words a minute with 29 mistakes.
Yeah, about 65, 70 words a minute. And one little old girl, bless her heart, she's not a little girl now, she'd be 70-some years old too. I saw her about maybe 20 years ago, and we graduated, I guess, somewhere in the neighborhood of 60 years ago, just about. I graduated from high school, but she could always beat me on the speed test, and that always just irked me. I was always out the video, and her name was Benny Jean Pickles.
Well, the name like that, she deserves to be good at something.
Yeah, I don't know what she goes by now, but she was a sweetheart, very sweet person, you know, but she could just wear me out on a typewriter.
That was not my forte, typing. That's a word, ain't it? Forte? Okay. I'm going to make sure.
But we were typing on those old manual electric typewriters. I mean, you had to hit them keys right to make them work. You know.
I like them had them there balls that went around. You could change them and type. You type them. You could change them and go from pica to lead or even Greek.
Right. Yeah. Exactly right.
I couldn't afford one of them though. Greatest thing ever was I got this typewriter that would correct.
It would correct.
Yeah.
Correct yourself.
Yeah. And which helped out a lot because I need a lot of correction.
Yeah, me too. Yeah, I got one of those also.
But I don't plan to ever own another typewriter.
I had always planned to just take off some time, go off and hide, and write me a book.
Yeah.
And
but then you just decided to be a television star instead, did you?
Well, something always gets in the way.
Yeah.
Change your plans. Maybe when I get a little older, I might do that.
Get a little more experience.
Right. Yeah, well, my old buddy, we mentioned this on the internet last night. A man I knew, an acquaintance that I had that I called by his first name, and he called me by my first name, and that was Andy Griffin. I mentioned this on the internet last night. When I entered the University of North Carolina, Andy Griffin came back from Roanoke Island where he was a star in the production of The Lost Colony. He came back, went to graduate school. And the way I met him was in a restaurant where I waited tables, and he used to come in there. And when we closed, they would sit in there and drink beer and eat pizza. And I stayed in the restaurant between shifts, and I'd sit in there and wait on them. Whenever they had the money to come down there and eat, that's maybe once a week, maybe once every 2 weeks, sometimes twice a week. And so I knew him very, very well. Saw him, see him on campus. He would speak to me. He knew my first name, knew me by my face. I knew him naturally. He was not a star at that time. He was just a graduate student. And then he made the record. What it was football. And the guy who promoted that record, his name was Orville Campbell. And there was another one involved in it, and his name was Andy Gutierrez. And Andy and Orville, they all ate at the restaurant I worked at, along with Andy and his bunch. And so I was kind of pretty much acquainted with what was going on in Andy Griffin's life at that time. But then, of course, he went on to bigger and better things, and I understand they buried him down on Roanoke Island.
I didn't know that.
And I might mention one thing. I may have done this before on TV, but Andy Griffin took his name of Andy Taylor from a real live sheriff by the name of Andy Taylor. And he and Andy Griffin were the same age, and he said that he and Andy used to chase the same women when they were young men.
Which one called him?
Well, I don't know whether they called any of them or not, but Andy Taylor was sheriff at the town adjacent to where Andy Griffin was raised.
Yeah.
And he retired and moved down to Oak Island, down on the coast at Long Beach, and operated a curio, sold inner tubes and floats and things of that nature in his little store. And I met him, and I have an autographed book by him which tells the whole story how he was his name was Andy Taylor, and that he was the one that Andy Griffin took all of his parts from.
Where is Mayberry?
Mayberry, there was no real Mayberry.
No Mayberry?
No Mayberry. Andy Griffin was raised in Mount Airy, which, and there at Pilot Mountain, which he called Mount Pilot, you know. And that's just right to the north, I guess that'd be to the northwest of Winston-Salem.
That's where Barney went to when he made the big time, wasn't it?
I think so, yeah.
Yeah, they're all gone.
Yeah, I knew Andy Griffin for several years, and I never had any dealings with him other than waiting tables at the restaurant, seeing him on campus and talking to him.
Well, reckon he bragged about knowing Bob Andrews?
I'm sure he did. My fame has spread far and near.
Yeah, I'd say he told all his friends. I went to school with that feller.
Right.
I remember back when he was just a junk salesman.
Well, I started off busting tables, you know, and then when I moved up to waiter, I got to wait on Andy and them, and they would tip $5, which in 1953, 54
was a day's work.
That was a lot of money.
Yeah, I can remember people working for $5 a day back in 59, 60.
Well, I used to go home.
$35 a week for 7 days a week.
I used to go home in the summer.
Yeah.
And work in the tobacco field for $5 a day.
Well, I worked cheaper than that.
Yeah, but how many college students do you get to work in the tobacco field?
Well, you don't have to have an education to stomp a backer worm. You just have to have enough sense not to squirt yourself in the ankle.
Well, I was in that tobacco field from sun up or before sun up to after the sun went down.
Did you ever get nicotine poisoning? Did
you
ever get nicotine poisoning?
No.
You get out there and get that wax all over you real hot and sweaty and get so sick you can't live.
You know, you wear long breeches because usually the grass at the end of the road was the high. You go out there early in the morning, you get drowned.
Yeah.
But if you wore them same old breeches that you wore in Barkerville, they were impervious to water. I mean, the water just runs right off of
Yeah,
them.
they had all that grease out there, wax, and we used. Did you fellas have to get out and top and sucker it?
Yeah, we had to top and sucker.
We'd top it and sucker it.
That was before you had your
Yeah.
oil that you put on the suckers, you know.
Yeah, we'd top it and sucker it and
Yeah.
get the tobacco worms off of it.
Right.
And boy, that was the good old days. I don't want more of that.
I'll tell you, I contracted from my brother-in-law to top and sucker, or mainly sucker. Most have been topped, but I had to top anything that hadn't been topped. An 8-acre field of tobacco.
Ooh, we couldn't raise that much here.
I suckered tobacco, I suckered it good, but when I got to the other side of that field, hell, every time I goes back up on the other side, he wasn't wanting to pay me. I said, I'm not going to make a career out of pulling suckers out of this one field. I said, I suckered it good, and I said, you know, that's all I'm going to sucker is one time.
I know a guy that painted on a building over at Oak Ridge for 30-something years, the same building. It was so big, the time he got it painted, he started over. But now, we used to put that stuff out. You had to make your tobacco bed when it was cold.
Oh, yeah.
And then you had to get out there when it was raining and set it out, rain and mud, because we didn't have no setters. You had to set it when it was raining, it was muddy. So you had to work in the mud to get it set out. Then you had to get out there and plow it and weed it when it was hot as blazes, and get out there when it was even hotter and top and sucker it and get the tobacco worms off of it. You had to go through and we used arsenic and lime and dusted it.
Oh, yeah.
Keep the cutworms off of it until it got grown.
We were kind of uptown. We had a tobacco sprayer.
Nah, I saw them.
It was a one-row sprayer,
we
but
couldn't afford
you
them.
go down the middle of one row, and it would spray the sides, and then you go down the other side and get the other side of that row. Well, I had a good team of horses, a good team of mules, but I was running that sprayer one day, and one of the had a rubber hose that went up to one of the arms that was spraying the arsenic of lead, a little bit of Paris green in, I don't know what else we put in there. But that rubber hose come off and started shooting that stuff right up between that mule's legs.
Uh-oh.
And the faster she went, the more it shot up there. And I said, oh Lord, I said, if I tear this tobacco sprayer up, I said, my daddy's gonna kill me because Lord, he must have paid $200 or $300 for that thing, you know. And that was a lot of money back then. I finally got her calmed down. Running that thing, I finally got that hose and turned it away from her and calmed her down. And she listened to me real good. So I got her stopped and I put the hose back on. We finished. But I would, honest, you know, people talk about arsenic this and arsenic that.
Yeah.
I'd go out there and the only thing I had on was a pair of cut off dungarees, didn't have no shorts, no shirt on.
Yeah.
I would tie a handkerchief around my nose.
Yeah.
And when I quit at lunchtime, my whole head, everything else would be white. My body would be white. My legs would be white. I'd go in there and wash up enough that Mama would let me eat lunch. You know, I washed my hands and washed me a place around my face before I could eat. And then I'd go back that afternoon and start. So we had about 15 acres of tobacco, and it takes a while to go over 15 acres one row at a time. Yeah. You know.
Well, when you got all that done, then you had to go out there in the hottest time in the world and cut it and haul it in and hang it. And then when it got so cold your fingers hurt, you had to go grate it.
Right, yeah.
Did you fellas do that?
Oh, yeah, Lord. We had a tobacco pack house, we'll call it, about as big as this station, okay? And we had 3 windows where you could get the right light on the tobacco that was graded. And the whole bottom of that thing was a basement. They would put it down there and get it, what they say, bring it in order, get it soft and everything.
We called it, you had to wait till it was in case.
Right, is that right? Well, we called it getting it in order.
They called it, when you go out, if it was foggy, the tobacco would be in case that morning. You could go you could go hand it off.
Right.
But now if it was windy, a lot of
Right.
times it wouldn't come in case, and you get to
Right.
worrying you wasn't going to get it on
Well,
the market.
we flu cured ours.
Yeah.
Okay. And
Yeah,
as soon
when
as
it was highfalutin.
as soon as you got it, what they call killed out, which meant you had all the stems were dead and none of the stems were swollen, they're all dried out. As soon as you did that, you go in there and throw water in that barn. And if you didn't do that, the tobacco was so dry when you took it out of the barn, it'd come all to pieces. Yeah. See, we tied ours on sticks. We didn't cut it. We pulled it individual leaves.
Yeah.
And we throw it in there, throw it on the furnace and on the pipes and everything, which just create a steam, you know. And it would go up through there. We'd open the windows up at the top where it would draft up through there. And then we'd say if I not kill the fires about 5 o'clock that afternoon, about 9:30, 10 o'clock, we'd take 3 or 4 50-gallon barrels of water and throw in that barn. And then we get up at 4 o'clock the next morning, go in there and take that tobacco out.
How much did it bring back then?
Less than $1 a pound.
Well, that's good to know. We thought we was doing good. The average 50 cents a pound there for a while.
How much?
50 cents. I remember the tips would bring about 20, 30, 15 or 20 cents, and the ground leaves would bring, if you had some, they didn't weigh enough, you know, just so thin and so light, but they'd bring about 50, 60 cents a pound, and then you had the long reds and the long yellers and on like that, and if it averaged, I can remember, it finally got, I think the last I had anything to do with it, averaged about 60 cents a pound.
And about what year was that?
That would have been about 1967.
Okay. In 62, I raised 15 acres on onions. And I had beautiful tobacco. I mean, it was absolutely beautiful. My dad, he gave me everything I made on the farm. And he had land over there that had topsoil on it 3 or 4 foot deep. I mean, just beautiful gray, loamy soil, raised beautiful tobacco. No disease on it or anything. I believe, if I'm not mistaken, my flu cure that year averaged me about $1.15 a pound. And I averaged somewhat over 2,400 pounds per acre, which is pretty good for flu cure. You know, your burley weighs out a little bit more. And, but I believe I averaged about 2,400 pounds an acre. And I raised most of my corn that I raised without irrigation averaged over 100 bushels to the acre. So I was a pretty good farmer. I think of all the things I've done, I probably was a better farmer than I was anything else.
You ain't much of a politician, I'll say that.
I never make it in the political arena. Now, but see, you can speak very plain out on the farm.
Yeah.
If that mule stepped on a plant of tobacco, you let her know right then, you know. Or if she took a big old bite out of the top of a corn stalk, you let her know right then that she did it.
You didn't abuse your mules, did you?
Huh?
You didn't abuse your mule, did you?
No.
You folks might want to drive down and get a good look at the Wild Bob Ronnie guardrail.
Yeah, that's on Hunters Branch Road.
Yeah, Dennis Potter put it in there.
Right, it does. It looks good. I mean, I want to compliment Dennis and the road crew. I think they did an admirable job on that road, and it was not anything that did not need to be done. They did what needed to be done for many, many years.
TV.
Item 1450.
Yeah.
When are they going to shoot the fireworks off?
We're not going to have any in La Follette tonight. They're not having any in La Follette tonight.
Well, I know they canceled them yesterday. They were supposed to shoot them yesterday. Do you know when they're going to have them?
I don't know. They're having fireworks at Lake City tonight. Down at the ball field. They're also going to have them in Jellicoe.
Well, I was wondering about when they're going to be having them in La Follette.
I don't know. We just have to wait and see.
I don't know that they've rescheduled.
I'm sure the mayor will call us and tell us he's our buddy.
Yeah.
Okay, so you don't know when they'll be having them?
No, I
don't know of any rescheduling.
Okay, thank you.
Okay.
Thank you.
check LafolletNews.com. As soon as I find out, I'll post it
Right,
on there.
yeah, we'll have it on there. Folks, you might also want to check down by my place. I've got some delicious watermelons left. They're going to be gone tomorrow, so if you want one of them, you better come down and get one.
We're going to be gone in just a minute, too.
I'm also going to bring in some delicious tomatoes and some peaches, probably some more watermelon, sometime around the end of this week or the first of next week. So be sure and check with me. The prices are right. You go down to the grocery store and you buy a little old knot of a watermelon for $4.79. You pay taxes on it. I guarantee you the whole thing don't weigh 15 pounds. You can buy a 30-some pound watermelon from my place for $6. So come on down and get you some.
Happy trail.
Yeah, see you folks.
See you. Well, I've been thinking about independence. A lot of people are celebrating Independence Day, but I wonder how many of you are actually independent. Independence means you don't expect somebody else to take care of you. If you would like to declare your independence, there's a lot of benefits come with it. You get to take care of yourself. You don't have to feel obligated to anybody. Mainly, you don't have a lot of people sticking their nose in your business if you're independent. Trouble is, you can't be independent in today's society. There's always somebody got their nose stuck in your business. So what you've got to do is just join me in revolting. We're going to have a revolution in at least maybe you don't have to have a bloody revolution, but we're going to have to quit this stuff. We're going to have to go on strike. The whole country needs to go on strike. And stand up for people that are willing to take care of themselves, have compassion for those who are truly disabled, and throw them lazy bastards out that don't do nothing except sponge off of the workers. That's just my opinion. What it's worth, I don't know. Well, I've been thinking about independence. A lot of people are celebrating Independence Day, but I wonder how many of you are actually independent. Independence means you don't expect somebody else to take care of you. If you would like to declare your independence, there's a lot of benefits come with it. You get to take care of yourself. You don't have to feel obligated to anybody. Mainly, you don't have a lot of people sticking their nose in your business if you're independent. Trouble is, you can't be independent in today's society. There's always somebody got their nose stuck in your business. So what you've got to do is just join me in revolting. We're going to have a revolution in at least maybe you don't have to have a bloody revolution, but we're going to have to quit this stuff. We're going to have to go on strike. The whole country needs to go on strike. And stand up for people that are willing to take care of themselves, have compassion for those who are truly disabled, and throw them lazy bastards out that don't do nothing except sponge off of the workers. That's just my opinion. What it's worth, I don't know.